Welcome to day 272. We're in the four Gospels again, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Hi. Hey, buddy. Okay, so let's get at this. Quite a few little points to make. So I have my list of things that Jesus is doing as far as miracles. We did that for Moses, what God did through Moses. And what I'd like to do is kind of put on here a list of things that he's doing. So we start with that. He heals an official's son in John 4:50. Then Jesus told him, "Go back home, your son will live." And the man believed what Jesus said and started home. And then he finds out on his way home that indeed his son was healed. The Lord's favor in Luke chapter 4, verse 19. Let's talk about the Lord's favor. It says, I'll read verse 18 with it. "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, for he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim the captives will be released, that the blind will see, that the oppressed will be set free." And this is it, verse 19, "and that the time of the Lord's favor has come." It's not that the Lord has come to say, "Hey, you earned this. Good job. Hey, you worked really hard for this, so I come to give you your reward." No. God sent Jesus because he favors us. He is bestowing upon us the very salvation that he's been trying to get us to follow. And through Christ, he's going to give us that. He finds favor. He has, at the time of the Lord's favor has come. Okay? So compare Jesus and Elijah here in Luke 4:25 through 27. Let's go back to 23, I guess. "Then he said, 'You will undoubtedly quote me this proverb.'" This is Jesus talking. "'Physician, heal yourself,' meaning, do miracles here in your hometown like those you did in Capernaum. But I tell you the truth, no prophet is accepted in his hometown." In his own hometown. "Certainly there were many needy widows in Israel in Elijah's time when the heavens were closed for 3.5 years and a severe famine devastated the land. Yet Elijah was not sent to any of them. He was sent instead to a foreigner, a widow of Zarephath, in the land of Sidon. And many in Israel had leprosy in the time of the prophet Elisha, but the only one healed was Naaman, a Syrian." Okay, so here's the point that I'm trying to make there, is that there were still issues and problems. And even though Elijah and Elisha were sent, they weren't sent to just go eradicate disease from the earth and stop wars. And they went specifically for a job to do. Jesus was making a point that in his own hometown, people just think of him as just the carpenter's son. They don't see him as the Messiah. And it would be very hard for him to go into that place and have people with an open mind accept him that way. Not that he's not God, and he's done many things to change the hearts and minds of people. He literally just called Simon, Peter, and Andrew, and then James and John, which we'll get to in a second. He just called them and said, "Come follow me." And what they do? They dropped what they were doing. James and John left their dad in the fishing boat, and they just went and followed him. That's what this is saying. And Jesus could totally do that, and God could totally do that with everybody. That's not the plan. And we have a hard time understanding that plan. So the point was, Jesus was moving on. Even though he was healing people in his own hometown, he was moving on. So did he leave people behind? Yeah, nobody that he needed to take care of. Now, next miracle in Luke 4, again, in 29 and 30. So here it says, "Jumping up, they mobbed him and forced him to the edge of the hill on which the town was built. They intended to push him over the cliff, but he passed right through the crowd and went on his way." Okay. Now, let's talk about, go back to Mark 1, and we'll look at verse 16 through 18. "One day as Jesus was walking along the shore of the Sea of Galilee, he saw Simon and his brother Andrew throwing a net into the water, for they fish for a living. Jesus called out to them, 'Come follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people.' And they left their nets at once and followed him." And then verse 19, a little further up the shore, Jesus saw Zebedee's sons, James and John. in a boat repairing their nets. He called them at once, and they also followed him, leaving their father Zebedee in the boat with the hired men. Okay? So you have Simon, Peter, Andrew, Philip, Nathanael, and you have James and John. So that's 6 disciples at this point that have left and decided to come follow Christ. Another miracle, Mark 1, verse 24 through 26, and the name. So let's read those. Why are you interfering with us, Jesus of Nazareth? And another part, have you come to destroy us? I know who you are, the Holy One of God. So I put that down as another name for God, the Holy One of God. But Jesus reprimanded him. Be quiet, come out of the man, he ordered. At that, the evil spirit screamed, threw the man into a convulsion, and then came out of him. He cast out demon. Now, in Mark 1, verse 29 and 31. So there's other accounts of this. I'm just in Mark, and I'm using Mark to talk about them. We could go back and forth just like all the reading did. But let's just read this, 29 through 31. So after Jesus left the synagogue with James and John, they went to Simon and Andrew's home. Now, Simon's mother-in-law was sick, in bed with a high fever. They told Jesus about it right away, so he went to her bedside, took her by the hand, and helped her sit up. Then the fever left her, and she prepared a meal for them. Another miracle to write down. So he takes away fevers. Now, I'm going to read verse 34, and then we're going to go to Matthew. So Jesus healed many people. Many people. So we always hear pastors say there's more miracles that Jesus did in that 3-year period of his ministry or more than what this book could contain. So this part here where it says Jesus healed many people who were sick with various diseases, and he cast out many demons, but because the demons knew who he was, he did not allow them to speak. So the point is, there's just everywhere he went, he was healing people all the time, and they just didn't write all that stuff down. Matthew 4, 23 through 24, I think, gives a better understanding of this. Jesus traveled throughout the region of Galilee, teaching in the synagogues and announcing the good news about the kingdom. And he healed every kind of disease and illness. News about him spread as far as Syria, and people soon began bringing to him all who were sick. All who were sick. And whatever their sickness or disease, or if they were demon-possessed, or epileptic, or paralyzed, he healed them all. That would be a lot of stories. That is a wonderful, wonderful view of Christ doing wonderful things. And we don't really get a lot of that in the Bible, other than the whole book is about salvation, saving you. That's your day 272. I'll see you tomorrow.